a long downward spiral that seemed like it was forever, Bitcoin is finally back on the rise. So what does this mean for the future of Bitcoin? Should you be investing into it? Is it really possible to make money, or should we just let it die out? We'll be talking about all of that within this video. I'll even be revealing my portfolio, how much I've made during this upward trend, and I'll give you my thoughts on it towards the end. What's up, money makers? Welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Diamond Chanel, and we talk about all things money. So if you're someone who enjoys learning new ways to make money, especially online, then you definitely need to hit that subscribe button. Today's topic is Bitcoin. Now, I'm sure that everyone here has probably already heard of Bitcoin, and you have at least a little bit of knowledge about what it is. If you haven't already seen my 20-minute breakdown of exactly what Bitcoin is for beginners, then I will definitely leave that in the description box so that you can check that out after this video. But for those of you who might not be exactly familiar with what Bitcoin is, let me just summarize it. Bitcoin is a decentralized digital currency that operates on a peer-to-peer network. So unlike traditional fiat currencies like the US dollar, Bitcoin is not controlled by any government. It is simply computers that are transferring this information to one another. So this is what is called decentralization. There is no one government or one person that controls Bitcoin at this moment. After many Bitcoin is dead articles and videos, why are we talking about it again? Well, Bitcoin's perceived value always goes up when the US dollar or currency or fiat currencies perceived value tends to go down. So what really triggered this was the news breaking that 186 US banks were failing and closing down. Anytime you have a scare about the US dollar, you're going to see a surge in cryptocurrencies in general, but specifically Bitcoin and Ethereum. Many people look at Bitcoin as a way to store their wealth. So now that we've kind of got that all out the way, let's talk about the pricing of Bitcoin. At the time of me recording this video, which things can change because Bitcoin prices change all the time, we are almost back at $30,000, which is amazing news for those of us who lost a lot of money when the coin hit a devastating low of $16,450 on November 2022. The highest amount that Bitcoin has ever reached was at $64,000, and this was around November 2021. People were excited, people were making money, I was making money, and it was just a very exciting time to see what would happen with Bitcoin. Many people thought that in the year of 2021 that Bitcoin would hit up to $100,000. However, that did not happen. There are still a lot of people who have a lot of faith in cryptocurrencies, and they believe that crypto will replace the fiat dollar. Before I reveal to you my actual numbers and how much I've invested, how much I've made, and how much I've lost, I'm going to show you a calculator that I found, and I actually showed this in my last video, and people loved it. So I'm going to show you again. This calculator is going to show you how much you could have potentially earned if you would have begun investing earlier. This is a crypto calculator that I will leave in the description box for you guys, and it tells you what if you would have invested X amount of money by X amount of time, how much profit would you have made in Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency. Bitcoin's highest price was $64,400 November 12th, 2021. So we're going to do our calculations before that, and we're going to account for how much profit you would have made in total even today with the dip. So if you would have invested $10, you would have made a profit of $30, meaning your portfolio would say that you have $40 in cryptocurrency. If you would have invested $100, you would have made $300.92. So your portfolio would say $400. Now, if you invested $1,000, you would have made $3,000.19. So your portfolio will say $4,000. If you would have invested $10,000, then you would have made $30,287. So your portfolio would say $40,287. And this is accounting for if you would have invested January 1st, 2020. And this includes that large dip. So even with that large dip, you would have still made money. Now, let's go on to how much money you would have lost if you would have invested at the highest of highs. So if you invested money on November 12th, 2021, when Bitcoin was at its very highest, let's talk about how much you would have lost. If you would have invested $100, you would have lost about $54.96. Now, if you would have invested $10 on that day, you would have lost $5.49. If you would have invested $1,000 on that day, you would have lost $549.57. If you invested $10,000, you would have lost $5,485. So this just gives you a realistic sense of what happens when you are investing into cryptocurrencies. I hope that this was helpful. We'll do a quick dive into my personal portfolio. Right now, I have $1,896 in my portfolio. To be honest, I'm not exactly sure how much in total I have invested, but this money is an accumulation of all of the coins that I have invested in. So I have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Polkadot, and some other smaller coins that I was kind of just playing with. But most of my portfolio is in Bitcoin and in Ethereum, and that's just my personal choice. I'm not telling you what to invest in. Okay, so let's get into how much I have made in a total period of 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year. So as you can see, my overall portfolio right now is that I have made $566 from Bitcoin, $632 from Ethereum. And then I have lost $84 in Shiba and $28 in Polkadot. And I've gained $1.49 in Cardano. Those are just smaller coins that, again, I was just kind of playing with. Now, I'm going to go into specifically my portfolio with Bitcoin and Ethereum, and we're going to look at how much I have made during this new upward trend. So since we were in that downward spiral, how much I have made since we've been coming back up. In the last 24 hours, my portfolio gained about $200. So it started at $1,749. The highest it went today was $1,908. So that's about a $200 profit for today. Now, this is what my portfolio was looking like for the week and for the month. The highest it had been for the month was $2,827. So you can clearly see that there was a major dip there. So this is Bitcoin specific portfolio, and it tells you how much you have gained, or how much Bitcoin has gained and how much it has lost within this time period, which also affects my personal portfolio. And then you'll see that today's return in Bitcoin was $55.66, and that it accounts for 56% of my total portfolio. Now, this is my Ethereum. You can see my today's turn was $30 after everything was said and done, from the high, then going back down. That's how much I had made in today in total. But the most I had made in the day was about $200, but then there was a quick dip after that. So if I would have sold at today's high, then I would have made about $200, but I'm holding instead of selling at this moment. So now you saw what you could have earned, you saw how much I've earned, but you also saw how much I've lost and how much you could have lost if you would have invested in Bitcoin earlier. So the big question is, what are you to do now? Should you be investing? Should we just ignore it and just let it die out and go away? Is it going to die out and ever go away? Well, here is my opinion on all of this. Honestly, when I first got into investing in Bitcoin, it was extremely exciting. Like, it was cool even just to see myself earn $1 a day, or even to see it drop down a couple of cents. The whole thing was just very thrilling. I would honestly compare it to gambling. It's almost like gambling. You win some and you lose some. So with that being said, should you be investing? And my answer is simply, it all depends on your financial situation. But I will say this, if you do decide to invest, it's like with any investment, never invest more than you are willing to lose, because you will lose. Anytime there is a chance of having a really high, quick, fast return on your money, there's also a chance that you could lose everything. This is not like the real estate industry. This is not like investing into silver and gold. You're messing with something that is extremely volatile. Like I said, from the point of me even recording this video, Bitcoin had almost hit about 30,000 again. It's probably not at that right now if you check it. So there is a lot of up and down. Never invest more than you are willing to lose. And also, if you're a beginner and you kind of just want to get your feet wet in it, I would highly suggest only invest $10. Start really, really small. That's how I started. I started small. I didn't go through anybody else to try to help me with my investments, no brokers, none of that. I just learned it on my own. I watched a bunch of YouTube videos. The only way that you could really learn is that you go through it by experience. So I started with only $10, and then I saw the possibilities of it. So I started to invest more and more and more. And I was able to earn more money so that I can invest more money. And I did it very gradually. So again, never invest more than what you can afford to lose. And also, don't let people hype you up into just splurging on Bitcoin, okay? None of us know what's going to happen. Literally, nobody knows. I don't care if people say it's going to go to 1 million by next year. It probably will not. It probably will not. I'm not even sure if we'll ever see it return back to 60,000 again. So just be very careful with the information that you take in about Bitcoin. And also, I don't suggest paying someone to help you invest your money when it comes to cryptocurrencies, okay? Now, I'm not a financial advisor, but this is just personal advice. I don't suggest it. A lot of people have gotten scammed, so you must be very, 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 very careful. And even in the comments section, you're gonna see people impersonating me, trying to scam you. I don't have a Telegram. I don't have anything. I don't have anything to help you invest with Bitcoin, okay? All I have is this video. That's it. That's it. Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I'm really interested in knowing, what is your stance on Bitcoin? Will you be investing? Have you invested already? Like, what do you think? Do you think that Bitcoin is going to go back up to that 60K? Well, I thank you for sticking it out, making it this far. If you're interested in more ways to earn some money, check the description box, but also check out these 2 videos here. Okay, guys, I'll see you all in the next one.